So I'm scraping the canvas, I'm starting from scratch. I'm realizing the properties of the paint that I'm using. Come on in, ladies and gentlemen. I have something very special to share with you this morning. I've actually had a revelation. Here I am making a acrylic pour painting using just the leftover paints that I have on my table from yesterday's painting. Now, if you watched yesterday's painting, you will recognize these colors, but they are being used in a way that does not really work given the recipe. These paints were mixed with a pouring medium that I use for a no-cell Dutch pour. So I'm perfectly aware of that. However, I wanted to use them before I mix more paints. I used them in a fashion that would be perfect if I had used a bloom recipe because there would be several areas of interest. There would be cells, there would be lines, there would be a thickness and a weight to the paint to have more of a decision in how I wanted the outcome of this painting to be. But yet, here I am going into the unknown because that's what I do. I actually enjoy it no matter what the outcome. Sometimes I get something amazingly beautiful, and other times it just does what it does, the expected. So here I am going through the motions of pouring over a pour, not giving up, trying to see something pretty, anything pretty to me, but it's not happening. So I'm scraping the canvas, I'm starting from scratch. I'm realizing the properties of the paint that I'm using because of the pouring medium that I know I mixed myself. And we're going to do a bloom today, but I'm going to mix a bloom recipe to do a bloom. But right now, I am doing a Dutch pour. It is not a Dutch pour vine, it is simply a Dutch pour. I'm putting these colors down. I used a pouring order that I thought would show contrast because I enjoy seeing contrast in my paintings. So I added in some white. I'm using light blue, a dark blue, complementary color, the darkish peaches pink, and a little gold that I added in. And I'm blowing this thing out the way these paints were designed to be blown out. And I'm getting much better results than trying to go in there and pour a bloom with no cell paint. Ridiculous, right? But call it lazy, call it whatever you want. I just wanted to pour first thing this morning, and I did. And I finally got to a place where I was satisfied with what I'm saying. So, the purpose of this is to say to you guys, if you want to see specific reactions with the paint that you pour, use the correct recipes for whatever it is that you're trying to pour. But at the same time, do not be afraid to explore the paints and try different things. Sometimes you may be simply amazed, other times you may be disappointed, and sometimes you may just be inspired. So go for it. Good morning. I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend, and thanks for joining me for this revelation.